Welcome my friends to the second episode of this Vlogmas. Today is the 2nd of December and today we have a very interesting subject. And the subject is, like you see in the title, if we are regretting our decision to buy a house in Portugal and move there. But before we get into that, please observe my custom. We didn't have the time to mention it yesterday, but this custom is especially bought for these videos because I want to do everything I can to put you in that Christmas mood. We all need that Christmas mood this year, and even if we cannot do the things we did in the past because we have to stay indoors, we can do interesting and fun things indoors, and I want to encourage you to do that. Helping us get through this video is the same brandy from yesterday. Is a Romanian brandy made with fruit and alcohol, a lot of alcohol, but the taste is very sweet and very good. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, go watch that one to learn more about this wonderful brandy. And because a lot of you ask me to mention customs around Christmas in Romania, we have the custom of buying this wonderful plant that in Romanian it's called Crăciuniță. If I were to translate, it means flower of Christmas. And what is fantastic about this plant and this flower is that it's changing the color of the leaves from green to red right around Christmas. People buy this plant around Christmas Eve and they have this in their home along with the Christmas tree because it's fascinating how they are changing the colors. And I think also this is not a tradition that you are going to encounter only in Romania. I think in Portugal you have this plant also. I don't know, leave it in the comments. But in Romania it's something that we bought and keep in the house around Christmas. And now let's talk about why we don't regret the fact that we bought the house in Portugal when we did. It is well said that a correction of the property market is well due and we should wait. We should have waited and bought the property now in 2021 when the house market is gonna crash. We heard this for many years, not only about Portugal but in a lot of countries that we are expecting a correction in the market. And basically what they are saying is that we paid too much for our home, and if we waited a year or two, we might have bought this property much cheaper. It's not that I don't agree that a correction is due. It's not that I don't agree that the house was extremely, excruciating, painfully expensive. but I think in life it's not okay to delay things. I mean, if you know for sure that you can delay 1 month and 2 months or even 6 months and get it for half the price, yes, I understand. You should make the wise decision and wait. But they are talking about this correction on the market for ages now, for years, and the truth is that nobody knows. And the Portugal market has, I don't know, a specific, it's not going to align to other markets in Europe or even in the world, because where we bought our home is a very touristy area and a very, I don't know, high-end resort. And even if the prices will drop, the high-end properties or zones, they are somehow preserving their value. So this is why we are comfortable with our investment and our home, and because we partly bought this home as an investment, we mainly bought this home for us. And even if this home drop in price temporarily, we are happy because we bought this for ourselves. And this is one step further in our journey to, I don't know, break free from this country and our life 9 to 5 and make the journey to financial independence. And the big step for us, for me, was to have this leg on another country, to have this property, this investment, in order to be, I don't know, more free, to break free for what we have in Romania. Romanian people are very conservative and they are used to have properties. And it would be a very hard mentally choice for us to sell all our properties here in Romania and move in Portugal and live, I don't know, having a rent, not our own property. So for us was important from the first moment we decided to make the move to actually have our own home. I know that maybe from the financial point of view, it's not a very wise and best decision, but this is what I want to tell you, that if something is helping you move forward with your plan, you shouldn't regard that thing only from a financial perspective. So if we didn't do that and actually invest and bought a home and have some, I don't know, assurance that we have a place of our own when we go to Portugal, maybe we wouldn't actually make all those steps and all that transition. So what you have to take from this story is that you do you figure it out what is the best approach for you, and if you are strongly enough mentally to move to Portugal without having something stable, do that. We chose to do what we thought is best for us. And the truth is, even if the house market is going to crash, it's not going to crash, I don't know, like half of the value. I think properties in Portugal are going to preserve the value because they are very sought out to the whole Europe, and I think especially in those kind of places where we invested, it's going to hold up in value. Another perspective of this issue, if we don't regret moving to Portugal, a lot of questions come from you, and we maybe let the impression that we regret this decision because I made a video about are you sure that Portugal is the right country for you? I will put it in the description below or even here. You can click the link. And I talked about a more ugly side of Portugal, about the things that people don't usually talk about because they are not very pleasant things. And a lot of you draw the conclusion that I make that video because I am regretting moving there. Even if I didn't know a lot of those stuff that I encountered and discovered by living in Portugal, it's not about regretting. I'm not regretting moving to Portugal, not even for 1 second. We don't regret this decision. What I wanted to say with that video is that when I encountered those problems, I let myself not be 100% happy about the moments I was living when I was in Portugal. So for example, I was, I don't know, beat up about the fact that my washing machine didn't work like the one I had home. And this thought ruined all my day. Maybe I was going to film and walk in a city or a town that was wonderful and had wonderful places to discover, and I was only thinking about that washing machine. So if you don't move in a place with the right mindset, and you are not conscious from the very beginning that you might encounter some problems, you might spoil that experience. It's not about regretting it, it's about not living that experience to the fullest. And it's really a shame to do that because we worked very hard to be able to buy this house in Portugal. We worked very hard to make the decision to make this move. I have another video about my partner doesn't want to move to Portugal, so we worked very hard in our relationship to make this happen, and it's a pity not to enjoy the experience because of some trivial stuff like a washing machine. So if you prepare in advance, you might have the best experience possible for you. And this is what I wanted to say with that video. Are you sure that Portugal is the right country for you? So what about you? You are regretting your decision of moving to Portugal? Please leave me in the comments, and if you can, leave the motive of your regret, because this regret can come from a lot of places that usually are not related to the actual Portugal. They are more about you. And this is why I insist it's a decision that you have to think about it long and hard. And on this note, I hope you had a wonderful day in December, and I will see you in my next video tomorrow. Bye!